France, a country where elegance meets adventure, where history lingers in every stone street, and art lives in every café corner. From the glittering lights of Paris to the lavender-scented air of Provence and the sun-kissed shores of the Côte d'Azur, France captures hearts like nowhere else on earth. This journey takes you across 7 unforgettable days, through world-class cities, fairy tale villages, and landscapes that inspired some of the greatest artists in history. We'll begin in the romance of Paris, travel south through the vineyards of Burgundy, wander the lavender fields of Provence, and end on the Golden Riviera, where the Alps meet the sea.
Along the way, we'll share insider tips, local dishes, and hidden corners that make France not just a destination, but a state of mind.
Your journey begins in Paris, the beating heart of French culture and one of the most romantic cities in the world. Home to over 2 million people, Paris blends art, fashion, and history in a way that feels both timeless and alive. Start your day with a visit to the Eiffel Tower, the city's most iconic landmark. Whether you admire it from the Trocadero Gardens or take the lift to the top, the view is unforgettable. Entry costs around €28 for the summit, and early mornings mean fewer crowds. Next, stroll along the Seine River, crossing the Pont Alexandre III Bridge before arriving at the Musée d'Orsay, home to impressionist masterpieces by Monet, Renoir, and Degas.
Did you know the Eiffel Tower was meant to be temporary? It was built for the 1889 World's Fair and nearly torn down in 1909, until radio antennas saved it from demolition.
In the afternoon, head to Montmartre, the bohemian hilltop neighborhood that once inspired Picasso and Van Gogh. Climb the steps to the Sacré-Cœur Basilica for sweeping views of Paris. When evening falls, take a Seine River cruise, a magical way to see the city's monuments illuminated.
If you've worked up an appetite, try a warm baguette sandwich or croque-monsieur for lunch, then finish your evening with a classic crème brûlée or a glass of Bordeaux at a riverside bistro.
For your first night in Paris, consider staying in the Latin Quarter or Le Marais, neighborhoods filled with charming hotels and bakeries on every corner.
A cozy boutique stay in central Paris averages €150 to €220 per night, depending on the season. And if you're lucky, you might even score a balcony view of the Eiffel Tower.
Just 30 minutes from Paris lies Versailles, a symbol of French opulence and royal ambition. Once home to King Louis XIV, the Sun King, this 17th century masterpiece stands as a monument to absolute power and extravagant beauty. The Palace of Versailles is vast, over 2,300 rooms filled with chandeliers, marble and gold leaf. The Hall of Mirrors is its centerpiece, where treaties were signed and history forever changed. Entry tickets with garden access start around €21, though guided tours of the royal apartments offer a deeper look into life at court. Stroll through the gardens of Versailles, where manicured lawns and musical fountains stretch for nearly 2,000 acres. Rent a bicycle or a small boat on the Grand Canal for a peaceful escape from the crowds.
At its height, Versailles required over 36,000 laborers and 6,000 horses to build, and cost more than half of France's annual budget at the time. Talk about luxury.
By early afternoon, journey south to the Loire Valley, a UNESCO World Heritage region famous for its fairy tale chateau, gentle rivers, and rolling vineyards. The train ride from Paris to Tours takes just over an hour and costs around €25 to €40. Begin with Château de Chambord, perhaps the grandest of them all. Its double helix staircase, said to be inspired by Leonardo da Vinci, spirals upward in perfect symmetry. Continue to Château de Chenonceau, built over the River Cher, known as the Ladies' Castle for the women who shaped its destiny.
If you've worked up an appetite, stop at a countryside auberge for a glass of local Sauvignon Blanc and a slice of tarte tatin, a caramelized apple pastry born right here in the Loire region.
As the sun sets over the river, you'll understand why French royalty came here to escape. The light turns honey gold, the vineyards glow, and it feels as if time itself has slowed.
Spend the night in a chateau hotel or vineyard estate with rooms averaging 130 to 180 euros per night. Many include complimentary wine tastings and a hearty farmhouse breakfast.
From the royal grandeur of Versailles to the rustic romance of Provence, today's journey takes you into the beating heart of the French countryside. Known for its sun-drenched fields, medieval villages, and timeless charm, Provence is where life slows to the rhythm of cicadas and wine glasses clinking under olive trees. Base yourself in Avignon, once the seat of popes in the 14th century, and explore its towering ramparts and the Palais des Papes, a Gothic fortress palace that tells tales of power and exile. Entry costs about €12, and the panoramic terrace offers sweeping views across the Rhône River.
The Pont d'Avignon, famous from the children's song, was actually never finished. Only 4 of its original 22 arches remain standing today.
A short drive east brings you to Gordes and Roussillon, 2 of the most beautiful villages in France. Gordes sits atop a limestone hill, its golden stone houses cascading down the slope, while Roussillon glows in shades of red and orange thanks to its natural ochre cliffs. Continue your day surrounded by endless rows of lavender in Valensole Plateau, best visited between late June and early August. The scent fills the air for miles, and when the golden evening light hits, the fields seem to shimmer in violet waves.
If you've worked up an appetite, stop at a countryside cafe for ratatouille, a slow-cooked Provençal vegetable stew, and a chilled glass of rosé from Aix-en-Provence. For dessert, try lavender honey drizzled over goat cheese, its local perfection.
The region is also home to some of France's best open-air markets. On summer mornings, locals gather to sell cheese, olives, and sun-dried tomatoes, a sensory feast that captures the soul of Provence.
The best way to explore Provence is by car. Rental prices start at around €50 a day, and the scenic country roads between villages are part of the adventure.
As twilight falls, find a terrace overlooking the hills, where church bells echo in the distance and fireflies dance in the warm air. Here in Provence, every moment feels painted by light.
Stay in a stone farmhouse or rustic inn, known locally as a mas, where rooms cost 100 to 160 euros per night, with breakfast often served in the garden.
After the calm countryside of Provence, it's time to head for the glittering coast. The French Riviera, or Côte d'Azur, stretches along the Mediterranean from Saint-Tropez to the Italian border, a place where film stars, artists, and dreamers have come for over a century to chase the light and the sea. Start your day in Cannes, the city of cinema and glamour. Stroll the Boulevard de la Croisette, where luxury hotels meet golden beaches, and step into the world-famous Palais des Festivals, home to the Cannes Film Festival. Don't worry, no invitation required, just curiosity.
The red carpet at Cannes is replaced 36 times during the festival. That's nearly 1 for every screening.
Next, take the coastal train east to Nice, a city that perfectly blends French sophistication with Italian warmth. The Promenade des Anglais stretches for miles along the shore, inviting you to stroll or cycle beneath its iconic palm trees. Stop at the Cours Soleil market, where flowers spill onto the streets and the air smells of citrus and sea breeze. Try soca, a crispy chickpea pancake that's a local favorite.
If you've worked up an appetite, grab a plate of niçoise salad, made with tuna, olives, and anchovies. Best enjoyed seaside with a glass of chilled rosé.
In the afternoon, climb up to Castle Hill, Colline du Château, for sweeping views over the Bay of Angels. The walk takes around 20 minutes, or you can take the elevator for just a couple of euros. Either way, the panorama is unforgettable. A short drive or bus ride from Nice brings you to Èze, a medieval village clinging to a cliff nearly 400 meters above the sea. Its narrow stone streets twist between art galleries and perfume shops, and the Jardin Exotique offers views that stretch all the way to Monaco.
To get to Èze from Nice, take bus 82. It's just under €2 and winds through some of the Riviera's most scenic roads.
By sunset, you'll understand why artists like Matisse and Chagall called this coastline home. The colors shift from sapphire to gold, and the sea mirrors the sky.
Stay overnight in Nice's Old Town or Èze village, where boutique hotels range from €120 to €220 per night. Many offer sea view terraces perfect for sipping wine as the lights of the Riviera shimmer below.
Leave the Mediterranean behind and travel north to Lyon, often called the stomach of France. This city is where centuries of culinary tradition meet modern creativity, and where food isn't just a meal, it's an art form. The high-speed TGV train from Nice to Lyon takes about 4.5 hours and costs between €60 and €90, depending on the season. As you arrive, you'll see why Lyon is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. A blend of Renaissance architecture, Roman ruins, and vibrant riverfront life. Begin in Vieux-Lyon, the Old Town. Its narrow alleyways, called traboules, wind through pastel buildings and hidden courtyards once used by silk merchants. The Cathédrale Saint-Jean-Baptiste, built in the 12th century, stands proudly at the center.
Lyon's secret traboules were also used by resistance fighters during World War II to move through the city unseen. Today, some remain open for visitors, if you know where to look.
In the afternoon, cross the river to the Presqu'île district, the cultural heart of Lyon. Visit the Musée des Beaux-Arts, home to works by Rubens, Rembrandt, and Picasso, or simply wander the lively squares filled with fountains and cafés. But the true soul of Lyon lies in its food. This city is home to the traditional bouchons, small family-run restaurants that serve hearty local dishes in a cozy, unpretentious setting.
If you've worked up an appetite, try quenelle de brochet, delicate pike dumplings served in a creamy sauce, or coq au vin, slow-cooked chicken in red wine. Finish with a slice of tarte praline, a pink almond tart unique to Lyon. A full meal in a bouchon costs around €25 to €35 per person.
For panoramic views, take the funicular up to Fourvière Hill, where the Basilica of Notre-Dame de Fourvière overlooks the city. From here, Lyon's rivers sparkle below like ribbons of light.
Lyon's public transport system is excellent. Trams and metros run late, and a 24-hour ticket costs about €6. You can easily explore the entire city without a car.
As evening falls, dine by candlelight on a quiet terrace beside the river. In Lyon, every meal feels like a celebration of life, and every bite tells a story centuries old.
Stay in the Vieux-Lyon district for atmosphere or near Place Bellecour for convenience. Mid-range hotels and boutique stays range from €100 to €180 per night, often including breakfast made with local cheeses and pastries.
Today, your journey takes you west, to the land of world-famous wines and timeless elegance. Welcome to Bordeaux, a city where history, architecture and vineyards blend into one unforgettable experience. The TGV from Lyon to Bordeaux takes about 5 hours and costs between €60 and €100, depending on the time of day. Once you arrive, the city's graceful 18th century facades and tree-lined boulevards invite you to slow down and savor the atmosphere. Start your day at the Place de la Bourse, Bordeaux's most iconic square. Its miroir d'eau, or water mirror, reflects the buildings in a shallow pool, one of the most photographed sites in France. From there, stroll along the Garonne River, lined with wine bars and cafes that fill with life as the sun sets.
Bordeaux is home to over 350 historic buildings, making it second only to Paris for the most protected architecture in France.
In the afternoon, venture beyond the city to explore the nearby wine regions. Whether you visit Saint-Émilion, Médoc, or Graves, each offers vineyard tours and tastings set among storybook scenery. Many estates or chateaux have been producing wine for centuries.
If you've worked up an appetite, pair a glass of red Bordeaux with entrecôte à la bordelaise, steak in a rich wine and shallot sauce. Finish with a cannelé, a small caramelized pastry flavored with vanilla and rum, a local favorite. A bistro lunch with wine will cost around €30 to €45 per person.
For a deeper dive into the world of wine, visit La Cité du Vin, an immersive museum dedicated to wine culture from around the world. Tickets cost around €22, and the rooftop bar offers panoramic views over the river.
Bordeaux's Tram B connects the main train station to most city attractions for just €2 per ride, and it's one of the easiest ways to explore without a car.
As evening descends, dine along the Chartrons district, where cobblestone streets and candlelit terraces create a perfect end to your day.
Stay near Place des Quinconces or Chartrons, where stylish boutique hotels range from €120 to €200 per night. Some vineyard estates outside the city even offer stays with private tastings included.
Your final day in France takes you north, to a place that looks as if it belongs in a legend. Mont-Saint-Michel, a medieval island commune off the coast of Normandy, rises from the sea like a vision. A monastery atop a rocky island, surrounded by shifting tides and endless sky. Take an early TGV from Bordeaux to Rennes, about 4 hours and costing between €70 and €100. Then continue by regional train or shuttle for another hour to reach Mont-Saint-Michel. As you approach, you'll see why this site has captivated travelers for centuries. Built in the 8th century, its abbey towers nearly 100 meters above the sea. During high tide, it becomes a true island. At low tide, the surrounding sands stretch for miles. Entry to the Abbaye du Mont-Saint-Michel costs around €13, and climbing its steep cobbled paths feels like stepping through time. From the ramparts, you'll gaze across one of France's most iconic landscapes.
At certain times of the year, the tides here are the highest in Europe, rushing in faster than a galloping horse, a sight that inspired countless myths.
After your visit, continue to the Normandy coast, where history and heroism meet beauty and reflection. The D-Day landing beaches, Omaha, Utah, Juno, and Sword, remain powerful reminders of the events that shaped modern Europe.
A guided half-day tour from Bayeux or Caen costs around €50 to €80 and provides essential context to the historic sites along the coast.
Before sunset, visit the charming harbor town of Honfleur, once painted by Monet and Boudin. Its pastel houses and sailboats shimmer in the golden light, a peaceful farewell to your week in France.
If you've worked up an appetite, Normandy's cuisine is comfort itself. Creamy camembert cheese, buttery apple tarts, and a glass of crisp cidre brut, the region's traditional cider. Dinner by the harbour will cost around €40 to €60 per person, and it's worth every cent.
As the sun dips below the horizon, you'll realize France isn't just a destination, it's an emotion. From the glitter of Paris to the calm of the countryside, from mountain peaks to seaside cliffs, every moment here feels timeless.
Spend your final night in Bayeux or Honfleur, where elegant guest houses and cozy inns range from €110 to €180 per night, the perfect blend of comfort, charm, and reflection.
In just 7 days, you've journeyed across France, from royal palaces and sunlit vineyards to mountaintop monasteries and golden coasts. You've tasted its flavors, walked its history, and felt its spirit in every glance and sound. France is a country that teaches you to slow down, to notice beauty in details, to savor every meal, and to remember that life itself can be art.
If this journey inspired your next adventure, tell us where you'd love to go next in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for our next cinematic escape around the world.